Thank you, providing me the opportunity to present some idea. So my topic is about 5D land use transport. I think the land use is a precondition for the transport. And it's very important that people have the ability to move, and people have to be connected to opportunity and connected to society. So we can have the isolated settlement, but it's less low citywide mobility and less competitiveness. So in the current situation, we have more diversified activity and extended in space, but we also facing the challenge of uncertainty. How we can maintain the high quality of life and facing this challenge. So especially in China, the urban density in population and in building is still very high. And the urban structure will be changed or in change. How to shape the urban spatial structure for most sustainable transport. So we experience urbanization, we call the red urbanization, silver or black urbanization. How can we follow green urbanization? Because urbanization just people to the city. And if it's green, it's much better than just urbanization. So what's important is the ability to manage the city. If we do not have the ability, motorization, urbanization will result in environmental problem and social less efficiency. It's automatically. So how we can find a solution? Someone said, yes, we should encourage public transport. Yes, it is true. Sometimes it's true. So we should encourage public transport transit-oriented development. So in China, a lot of cities very ambitious in the construction of the metro. But we can find there are tiny passengers on the far end of the metro line. So this not means the metro is sustainable. The metro is black because there are no passenger. And if we look at the network effects, with the extension of the metro line, 1 kilometer of the passenger carried will decrease, not increase. So to some extent, there will not enough passenger to support the efficiency. If we look at the situation, people live close to the metro station. Will they take metro or not? We can find quite strange. People stay close to the metro. They do not take the metro because the apartment around the metro station, the price is much higher. They can own the house. They evidently have a car, and they drive a car more faster, flexible than take the metro. So we also try to decrease the density in the city center with the introduce of long metro line to the suburban. Will people take this metro? So quite less percentage of the people take the metro for commuting. So if you look at the social equality issue, who will take the metro? Not equally distributed. The middle high class take more much metro than the low income people. So we also found that in some sections, the metro line is very crowded. It's high efficiency for transport. Can you imagine the people will be very productive when they arrived in office in the morning? So if we look at what's the transport infrastructure we already have, we have world-class bicycle, non-motorized infrastructure almost all over China. And if we can combine walking, bicycle together, we can find extremely extended service area of metro line. We can invest less on the metro. And either the take metro will be travel fast. You can find only 50% of the time when you take the metro spend on the metro. And 50% is not on the metro. So if you increase the speed of the metro, cannot increase the speed of the travel. And if the distance is short, bicycle is 2 times high efficiency than public transport. So let's look at how people use this electrical vehicle. So high occupied, high efficiency, and very happy. How they use this? So there are a lot of ways. And also, in Shanghai, we can find some informal tax sharing scheme, but it's informal. So people working in the city center, if they live close some neighborhood, they have the internet website to share the taxi. So this will reduce the traffic and also high efficiency in the road space use. If we look at how we can reduce the car use, so some statistics shows only walking and bicycle can reduce the car. If we look at the experience of Beijing, because we spend a lot of money to encourage public transport, but it's at the cost of less walking and bike. Why we try to decrease the walking and bike, and also provide huge subsidy for people to use public transport in a very crowded condition. It's quite strange. So we suggest a sustainable city in China must keep a bike transport system, or in general, slow speed, small size, and short range vehicle. Land use must support bicycle, green transport in the city, so we should encourage short distance spatial structure. High quality public transport should be encouraged along the corridor. We must bet use of the taxi and the car. So this is what I proposed with the 5D model is people or peddestrian first, bicycle second, and the transit the third. Then we have the X can be a lot of things. And then we have the car rented, but currently in China, it's a reverse. So car rented first, then we have a lot of problem. And also we should encourage a 3-kilometer city, and for the employment should be concentrated on the public transport corridor. Then we have a balanced flow of the passenger travel. Thank you very much.